Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can combine the power of three tools to boost your productivity and simplify your workflow. And these three tools are Google Forms, Google Docs, and Google Drive. So I'm going to show you how you can integrate these three tools to set up an automation workflow. And this automation is going to transform the form responses you are getting via Google Forms into polished documents using Google Docs and neatly store those documents in a shared Google Drive automatically, so you do not have to manually copy paste the data and create documents and store them manually every time you get the form response. So this will allow you and your team members and the form submitters to get the access of the documents and data into one centralized location, and it will save your time and you can focus on other productive things. And guys, we can set up this whole automation without any coding super simply. So let's begin. To set up the workflow of our automation, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation tool. And this from here, from this page, you can sign up for free and you will get free automation tasks every month. So guys, you can reach here through the link I have pasted in the description and you can sign up. And after that, you can sign in to reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. From here, click on this create workflow button to set up the automation workflow. Here you can provide a suitable name to your workflow. So let me provide a name here. So guys, I have given this name here and let me click on create button now, and you can see the workflow page is loading up here. And on this page guys, you will find the basic building blocks of our automation, which are the trigger and the actions. So guys, trigger is that event which starts the workflow. So here it is saying when this happens, and the actions are the automated responses of the trigger. So it is saying do this. Okay, and there can be many automated actions for a particular trigger. Like in our use case, we are getting a form response via Google Forms, and that is going to trigger this workflow. And the actions would be to create a Google document and store it in a shared Google Drive folder. So guys, for that to happen, first of all, open this trigger window and here search for Google Forms as your trigger application. Okay, and then select the trigger event as new response received option. And it will give you this webhook URL. So on this URL, we are going to receive the responses via Google Forms submissions. Okay, and to get the data on this URL, you need to follow these steps written here. So let me show you the steps. First of all guys, open your Google form, and in the responses section you will find a spreadsheet attached with this form. So open that spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet in which I am getting the form responses captured. Okay, now guys, you have to open this spreadsheet in a new incognito window if you are using multiple Google accounts in the same browser like I am using. Okay, so if you want to create a proper connection, it is better to open this spreadsheet in an incognito window. So guys, I have opened the spreadsheet in incognito mode, and here guys, you need to click on this extensions option and then click on get add-ons from the add-ons menu. And from this Google Workspace Marketplace window, you have to search for an add-on which is called Pabbly, that is Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Okay, search for it and install it here. So it will just take 2 minutes to install it. And when you are done installing this add-on, just refresh the spreadsheet. And after refreshing the spreadsheet guys, when you click on this extensions option again, you will find the Pabbly Connect Webhooks option available here in the drop down. From here you have to open the initial setup button. So under initial setup, you will find these two fields. One is the webhook URL and the trigger column. So in this field, you have to paste the URL that you got in your trigger of your workflow. And in the trigger column, you have to mention the final data column of your spreadsheet. Final data column means the column in which when the data arrives, the workflow should trigger. Okay. So here in our use case, whenever we are going to get the data will arrive here in the column A first, then B, then C, then D, and finally the data will appear in the column E, and that is going to trigger the workflow. So the E column will be our trigger column. So put capital E here, and let's copy the webhook URL from the workflow. Just click on copy. And here you can see guys, as we have copied the URL, it started listening for the data that you can capture here via your spreadsheet or form. So guys, let me open the spreadsheet again and here paste the URL like this. And here you can see guys, we have this send test button here. So when you click on send test, the data of the first row that you have captured via form response is going to be sent to the workflow as the test data. So click on send test. And here you can see the test data sent successfully started showing up here. That means our connection is working fine. Now you can click on submit. Okay, and you can see the setup is configured. Now you can close the initial setup. And here you have to do one last thing. Click on extensions and from Pabbly Connect's webhooks menu, just select this send on event option as well. So when you check mark this send on event, what will happen? Whenever you are going to receive a form submission, the workflow is going to trigger. Okay. Right, now coming back to the workflow, and here you can see guys, we have received the response from the spreadsheet and it is showing the trigger column's name, the timestamp, the spreadsheet's name, and here you can see the data that I had in the first row. You can see dummy student was the name, and here we have received the same data. Let me show you where is the workflow. Here it is. You can see dummy student. Right, so after getting the data, I want to create a document in Google Docs application using the data I have captured via form response. Now when you create a document, you must give a unique name to that document so that you can identify the document, which document belongs to which form submission. Now to enter a unique name, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the name of the student here, which is the form submitter, and the timestamp data. So here I'm just going to use this date, not the time. Okay. So to use this date, I'm going to split this date out of this timestamp. And to split it, I'm going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect, which is called text formatter. So in this action window, search for text formatter and use the action event as split text. Then click on connect button. Alright, and here you can see it started asking which text you want to split, what is the separator, and what is the segment index you want to fetch out. So guys, here I want to split this date and time. So I'm going to map this timestamp label by entering the timestamp here in this text to split field. So just click here and the previous step will appear in the drop down like this, and when you click on it, you will find the data right here. So from here, click on this timestamp label to map it. Here in the separator, you can put any characters, special characters as well. And if you want to use this space in between these two things as a separator, as I want to do, you can put just space word here in double curly braces as given in the help text. Just copy it and paste it here. Okay. And here it is asking which segment or which part of this thing you want to fetch out. So this is the first part is the date, the last part is the second part of the last part is the time. So I want to fetch out this date. So I'm going to select first option here and then click on save and send test request button, and the data will appear in the result like this. Here we can see the date. Right. And one another thing, let me show you guys in the form. Let me open the form for you. In this Google form, we are asking these details: the name of the person, email address, mobile number, and a image file. Okay, here person can upload a image from the computer or from the drive. And when the image is uploaded in this spreadsheet, the image will appear in the form of this link, in the form of this Google Drive's link. Okay. So here guys, in this link, you are going to receive this same link here in the response section in the trigger. You can see this is the link we get. And in this link, you can see the last part of this after this equals to, this is called as the ID of the file or the image. Now I am going to use this ID afterwards in the next steps. We are going to use this ID to add the image inside the document that we are creating. Okay. So we need to fetch out this ID as well. So we are going to apply the same text formatter step to fetch out this ID. So To apply this step again, just copy and paste this step. Just click on this three dots, then click on copy step. The step is copied, then click on three dots and then click on paste step. So the same step will be pasted once again like this. Okay, here guys, now in place of this timestamp, erase the timestamp and map the image link here like this, and in place of this space just put this equals to sign as the separator. Okay, now here I want to get this second part, so select the second segment index as second, then click on save and send test request button, and here you can see guys the result. We got the ID separated out of this link. Okay, now guys, I want to create a document, but we must have a folder in our Google Drive where the document is going to be saved after getting created. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to create a storage space in my Google Drive. Okay, that is a folder. So just click here on this plus icon to add one more action window, and here I'm going to connect with Google Drive to create a folder first of all. So use the action event as create a file or folder option. Create a file or folder, this one. Then click on connect button. From here select add new connection, then click on sign in with Google. Alright, and from this window you have to select that Google account in which you want to save the file in the drive. Okay, select that account. Then you have to provide some additional access to your account, so just click on continue, and you will be connected with your Google account, and you will get the access to your drive where you can create a folder. Here it is asking for the files folder's name. So here first of all in the file type option select folder, drive folder option, and to give a name I'm going to provide a unique name, or you can provide a name on the form's name. So here you can see the previous steps are appearing here. When you click here you will get the spreadsheet's name. So on the spreadsheet's name you can create a folder. So for each form submission a new folder will be created for the form submitter and for you. Okay, so here I am going to give the name on the name of this spreadsheet. Okay, and you can map that if you want to make this unique, you can map the row index as well. So row index shows you the number of row from which the data is coming. So select the row number, so it will create the name according to this data that you have entered. Okay, now just click on save and send test request button, and you can see the response. Here it is showing a ID, that means a new folder is created. You can check it out as well inside your Google Drive. Let me show you my drive, and here you can see guys in my drive a new folder is created with this name, student resume collection responses, and here you can see 2 is here in the last, showing the row index that we have mapped here. Okay, that's how we can create a Google Drive. Now guys, in this Google Drive I want to create a document using Google Docs. So just click here on this plus icon, and from this new action window search for Google Docs application and select the action event now as create document from template, then click on connect button. Now guys, we are already connected with our Google account, so I'm going to use the same Google account to get the access of Google Docs application to create a document. For that I'm going to select this existing option and then click on save, and I'm going to be connected with my account again. No need to select and sign in every time. Okay, so here guys you can see it is asking to select the template's name which you want to use to create new documents. So guys, I have created this simple template to store the data of form responses, and I'm just storing these three things here: the name of the person, the email address, and the phone number, and the image. I'm going to enter the image as well here. Okay, so I'm going to use this name of the template, form response template. I'm going to select it here from this given list, form response template, and here you can see it started asking for the new document's name, and new documents location. So in this location field, I'm going to map the Google Drive folders ID that has been just created in the last tab. So in the last tab, we got this new folder ID. So I'm going to map it here. So just toggle this map button to on in the location field and erase this help text. And from the last option, map the files folder ID like this, okay? So guys, I have mapped the locations ID and here it is asking for the new document's name. So guys, I am going to give the name of this document on the name of the person who have filled the form. So I'm mapping the name and also I'm going to map the date on which the form is submitted from the second step where I have separated the date out of the time. Okay, so it will create a new unique name for the documents. Right, now to fill this template from new data, we need to map the labels, map the fields here in this workflow. So guys, here you can see I have placed these placeholders inside the document template. In double curly braces, I have written fname, email and numb, and these are the three things appearing here you can see. So you need to place these kind of variable placeholders inside the template so that every time this workflow executes, the data will be updated in these placeholders automatically. That is why we have created a template. And with the help of this template, new documents will be generated. Okay. Now let us map the details here. Just click here and from the first trigger step, map the full name of the student or the person who have filled the form, map the email address, map the phone number like this. Okay. And this is my drive whose ID I have mapped here. Okay. So when I'm going to click on save and send test request button, a new document will be created with this name inside this same folder. Let us check. I'm clicking on save and send test request button. And here you can see guys, we got this response and here we have received a new document ID. That means a new document has been created. Let's check in the drive. Let me refresh my drive. And here you can see guys, in my drives folder, we got a new document generated with this name. You can see dummy student and the date. You can open it as well and see the document. And here you can see we got the data placed in the placeholders automatically. This is how it is going to work. But we have one thing left here. We do not have mapped the image we have got from the form submission. Now to add the image here, we need to add one more action step. Just click on this plus icon and we are going to connect with Google Docs once again to insert the image inside the same document. So use the action event here as insert an image to a document. Okay. Then click on connect button. I'm using my saved existing connection. Just click on save one more time and you will be connected again. And here it will ask you to select the document's name. So guys, here I want that the new document will be selected automatically. So I'm going to map this document ID here in this field. So toggle this map button to on, erase the help text, and from the last step, map the ID label like this, okay? And then it will ask you to insert the image in the image URL field. So here guys, I'm going to place a shareable link or a downloadable link, and in that link I'm going to place the ID of the image that we have separated out in the second or third step, I think. Here you can see we have separated out the ID, okay, in this using this split text option. And now let me place the URL here. So guys, I have pasted this URL. This is kind of a URL you need to enter here to insert an image inside a already created document. So guys, you can note down this link. And here you can see after this equals to mark, I am going to map the link, the ID of the image that I got from my Google form submission, and I have separated out the ID in the third step. So from the third step, I'm going to map the ID here like this. And here in the heights and width, you can put the points like this. According to your needs, you can put the height and you can set the height and width of the image. And after that, you can check your connection by clicking on save and send test request button. And this image that you have entered here will be inserted inside your document. Here you can see we have received a updated document ID. Let's check in our already created document if we got a new image inserted in it. Let's see, I'm opening the document for you. This was our document, and here you can see guys, we got the image inserted here like this. Okay, so our connection is working fine, our automation is working fine, and finally I want to share this drives folder with my team and with the form submitter. For that to happen, just click on this plus icon, and at the last step connect with Google Drive again. And now I'm going to use an action event, which is share a file or folder by ID. Okay, select this option, then click on connect button, select existing connection only, click on save, and here it will ask you to enter the ID of the folder. So just toggle this map button to on, and from that step where you have created the folder, map the ID. Here is the create folder step. From here map the ID. Okay, and then it will ask for you to enter the email address of the people to whom you want to share the folder with. So here you can enter the email addresses of your team members, and you can map the email address of the form submitter from the first step. Okay, after that you can put a comma and enter multiple email addresses, and the access will be granted to all of them. Right now I'm just mapping one. You can enter your team members' addresses. You can select the role of the access. People can view, can edit, can comment. So I'm selecting can view only. You can select the role according to your need. If you want to send a notification for this access sharing to the person who have mapped the ID here, you can make it true or false, and an email notification will also be sent automatically. Okay, now you can just click on save and send test request button, and this email will be shared to the form submitter. So guys, our automation is completed here, and you have to set up this automation only once. After that guys, it is going to trigger automatically whenever you are going to receive a new form submission. The folder will be created, the document will be created, the image will be inserted, and the folder will be shared to your team and with the form submitter automatically. And guys, I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description so that you can clone the same workflow in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.